Hello everyone, in today's Platinum video I've gone for a smaller game to Platinum, the Lara Croft GO. A turn-based puzzle game that is relaxing and is only a few hours long. I've taken on some long journeys recently and needed a bit of time to relax, and when I saw this game was on sale I just had to buy it. Lara Croft GO is the successor to the Hitman Go game back in 2014 I believe, and everything the first game did, this does so much better, and while removing the tedious things like the step count, achievements tied to movement and hint usage. For the first time in a while, I think there's no confessions to be made in this video, but I do wish I did the games together in one video, as I Platinum Hitman Go back in 2017, almost 7 years ago. I think it was November 2017 to be exact. Anyway, I'm splitting this game into two phases. Stage 1, enjoying the game, and Stage 2, a simple cleanup. I did originally plan a third stage, expecting to have some miscellaneous trophies left, but I managed to get that within the first two stages anyway. Stage 1 was simple and would collect majority of the trophies for me. I just had to play through the game and enjoy it. Recently I haven't had the pleasure to enjoy a lot of games because they require 2, 3, maybe even 4 playthroughs, and with this game being relatively short, I didn't really require a second playthrough. Now the game has 7 chapters in total, 5 base game which is a collective story, and then 2 additional chapters that were later added in updates. We'll get to them later, but the base game, as I said, was split into 5 sections. Now, the entrance was obviously the easiest. It introduced the basic mechanics of the game like the levers, pitfalls and vases, which actually got me the first achievement within a matter of seconds. And we also get a hint of the Queen Snake. The chapter only had 5 levels, so within a matter of minutes I managed to finish it, and we got our trophy for completing the chapter and collecting the Key of Snakes. Then came the Maze of Snakes. It was also easy. It introduced the snakes, I think the easiest enemies in the game, I'll be honest, and the crocodiles, the worst enemies to deal with in the game. Along with the chainsaws, which again, worst death type in the game. Oh, and we also killed a croc by letting it drop to its death. And after finishing the area, we get the Key of Stones, unlock another trophy. The Maze of Snow. Why can they never... This should be really called the Maze of Snakes. No, the Maze of Spiders. It makes sense. But then roll them. Okay. The Maze of Stones picked the difficulty up a bit. Spiders. It introduced spiders, and I hate spiders. Not in real life, but kind of. Thankfully, they don't follow you like the crocodiles do, as their movement style is pure lineage, point A to point B, one straight line. This was difficult in later sections, as you'll see, but the solutions were quite simple when it came to their movement in this section. I think it's because they've just been introduced, you can learn them later. This chapter also introduced the boulders, or should I say rolling stones. They were a nice addition and very much homage to Indiana Jones, but on the first possible chance of dealing with it, I get crushed. Now, the way some levels were set up to be completed, we managed to get an achievement. This was simple. We just stacked 2 pillars on top of one another and got this a trophy. And after finishing this section, we finally get the key to the gate and unlock this trophy. After unlocking the gate, we make our way to the treasure, but encounter the Queen Snake. It almost kills us, and onto the Maze of Spirits. This chapter really utilizes the multi-level, multi-tool solutions along with the limited spaces, and it was frustrating. Within the second level of this stage, we managed to throw a spear and kill a snake from 6 nodes away. And overall, I hated this level. And it's not the worst chapter. That comes later. Oh, I hated the chapter I'm on about. After finally returning from the Maze of Spirits, we entered the escape chapter. The escape was quick-paced, enjoyable, and introduces the time levers. I think the time levers were really helpful when it came to the solution, as having step timers made getting from point A to point B very easy with what we had to do. We also get to finally face the Queen, and it was satisfying. The battle was fun, it was difficult, especially with her unique attack pattern. And when we finally kill it, we get that spear throw and unlock this trophy.
We did it! Defeated the Queen!
We also collect the Atlas of Beyond, completing the base game chapters. Now the 2 extra chapters that were later added in updates, the Cave of Fire and the Mirror of Spirits. These chapters act as different adventures in the Lara Croft world, one being in a ravine, the Cave of Fire, and the other being in the Mirror world in the Croft Mansion, both completely different to the base game and each other. The Cave of Fire took the difficulty up. Majority of enemies could rebuild themselves, and despite me saying the difficulty went up, the challenges were simple. The use of deduction, logic, and experience made some of these, well, obvious. Overall, I enjoyed this chapter and I think it was probably my favourite. We also got the trophy Deja Vu for defeating 4 snakes in a row. I mean, that was pretty easy and purely accidental. We also stacked 3 pillars by accident with no intent of actually doing that. And I think this was my favourite end. The enemies chasing us, but we make them mortal no more and unearth the Shard of Life. On to the next chapter, the Mirror of Spirits. It was difficult and it was different to the others. The chapter introduces light sensors, 1 life enemies again, and the mirror world. I mean, the chapter was unique in the essence and the feel of the map, but I enjoyed the other chapters significantly more. But we do get to the end of the chapter, we return from the Mirror of Spirits and return back to reality. On stage 2. Now stage 2 was cleanup, and more specifically breaking all the vases and getting all the collectibles. From what I missed, I only needed to revisit 28 levels and smash another 45 vases. Not bad if I'm honest, but the fact that I didn't collect a single relic does disappoint me. So we break the vases and we earn these trophies. Historian for getting our first relic. And with us smashing all the other vases, we get the trophy Preservation Society, which technically also comes with the Creator Trophy for completing all the relics. And finally, we completed the game and became the true adventurer.
We did it!
I really did enjoy this game. It was fun, relaxing, and what I needed. The music was beautiful and reminded me of games like Life is Strange and Route 96. The challenges were a nice balance of difficulty and had the right amount needed for me to get frustrated but also persevere. The platinum itself is quite straightforward, let's be honest. You could probably do it in 1 run. But if I were to pick a gripe at the game, I think it would be the movement controls. They were limited to the analog stick, and I think it needed to utilize the direction pad. But that's not bad. I mean, most of my deaths I think were from the direction, were from the analog stick just not going the way I needed. Overall, great game, and you should all try it out. Anyway, I hope you all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully that doesn't take months. Bye bye.